Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Living the Newcomb Life. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you're up to date on all of our upcoming videos. Today, we're in my mom's kitchen, and we're going to show you guys how she makes a homemade pie crust. So, here we go.
I'm going to do the crust. It is not hard to do a crust. And I know a lot of people are skeptical in doing it because they think it's just too hard. It really isn't. So in my little sifter, as you can see, it's probably older than dirt. I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour and a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to sift it in here, okay? I'm getting ready to do my pie crust, so that's what we're doing. Now, if you're going to make a pie crust, I urge you to get a pastry blender. You can buy them anywhere, Bed Bath & Beyond. You can buy them at Walmart. This one right here is a Betty Crocker, and this will help make your pie crusts easier. Now, you need to put in 2/3 cup of Crisco shortening, the solid. And if you go to the grocery store, you can buy them in sticks. Best thing than sliced bread, because it has all the measurements on it. So I need a 2/3 cup, and guess what? I've already sliced it. Boom, done. No getting a measuring cup, trying to shove it in there, and then you have to get it all out. So they make it a lot easier by doing it this way. So we're just going to get the foil off. And we're going to put that down in there. Okay, as you can see, we already have the shortening in here. And I got my cute little gadget that's called a pastry blender. And we're going to just work it in this flour. And what you need to see is it'll start mixing up. And then you want to get it to about the size of little peas. And if the shortening sticks to it, it's not a big deal. Just take a knife and it'll just come right off. You just want to make sure you incorporate it really good. Okay, so we've got our flour and our shortening. And now we're going to add cold water. Put a couple of ice cubes in it and let it sit for a little bit. It helps it to make the ball easier. Now what I'm doing is you're to add about 5 to 7 tablespoons of cold water. And I'm going to do a little bit at a time because you want to moisten it is what you're going to do. You want to end up with a ball. So by doing it this way and incorporating it, it'll make sure that it's nice and comes out to be a nice ball. And you just keep mixing it up. Keep going around. Starting to come together. Add a little bit more because we're all making a double crust. If it was a single, you wouldn't, of course, it would be half the ingredients. Okay. And after I see it starting to get the consistency that I want it, I'm going to use the hands to do the balls. That's what the good Lord gave them to us for. They are to make apple pies and hug grandchildren. And I bet you all agree that is the favorite part. You know, when my kids were little and growing up, you think, oh my goodness, it's taken forever. But in the scheme of things, it does not. First thing you know, you got these beautiful grandchildren. And you think to yourself, wow, you got to have the kids, though, to get the grands. And that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. But the grands are the treats from your children. God blesses us that way. I'm retired, so it's nice to say that I've got time to do this now and enjoy it. Okay, a little bit more, we're almost there. Okay. All right, I'm going in. All right, we're gonna mix this up now to a nice big ball.
Okay.
And have your little flour there just in case you need to work some in it. Coming into a nice ball though, you see it? That's what you want to see. See how it's coming together real nicely. There's a little bit more in there, and you squish it together and boom, voila. Okay. Look at this beautiful ball. See how nicely it's shaped up? Now, since I'm making the double cross, just take a sharp knife and just cut it in half. Okay, and I'm going to take this. See the inside? Turned out real nice. And now you're going to use your flour. You know what? I'm going to get a little bit more of this because I'm working on my bottom crust. So I want just to make sure. And you can always take they call them scraps that you didn't use and mix it back in the, back in the dough that you can make your top. So I just want to make sure that I have enough to roll out. Because this is my pie plate right here that we're going to use to put it in. You know, I have a thing about pie plates. You ask my husband, he would tell you, yes. I love pie plates. Don't ask me why, but I do. And I do enjoy making pies too, and that's probably why. And if I see a real cute one, oh, it's mine. Okay. All right, make sure you got plenty of flour. And you can always put some on the side and you can bring it to you. Okay. All right. Got my nice hunk of dough here. Now after you get it down like that, just take your edge of your hand and you want to go 1, 2, 3. Turn it around and do it the other way. 1, 2, 3. And what you're doing is you're, trying to make it start where you can roll it. It's easier. So anyway, you're going to take your rolling pin. This is old too. And you're going to start in the middle and work your way and keep going around because you want to circle. Just dance with it and let it keep going around. Little at a time. You know, when you're making pies, your mind can wander and can think about all those wonderful things and the blessing that the good Lord has given us. I might not be able to lift heavy objects, but I'm going to be able to make this pie. Isn't that a blessing? Now, we're getting it almost to the point. Now, if you want to see whether or not pie plates come in all different sizes, 9-inch, 12-inch. I've got a great big pie plate that I use a lot. You can just take it like this, and that'll tell you whether or not you've got it out further enough to fit into your pie plate, because that's the goal. And don't be nervous about if you get a tear. What you do is you just take your fingers and you pinch it together and you just pat on it, tear gone. All right, we're almost there. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of my way. I'm all done with that. Okay. Now we're going to start. I'm going to start on the edge, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to start rolling this on the rolling pin, okay? And if, like I said, if it tears a little bit, don't worry about it. Just pat it down. It's just fine. See how that rolls up? Okay. So you're going to take it carefully, and you're going to put it over your pie plate. And you're just going to roll it ever so gently. As I showed you my pie plate, it's about a 9-inch, it's bigger than an 8-inch, okay? Because we like a lot of fillings in our pie. We like the mile high apple pie. So we like a lot of apples in our pie. That's the glorious part of it. But like I said, you just go around and just put it together. Okay. Now make sure that you use your hands and kind of snug it in there, okay? It's like making a bed. You gotta tuck in that fitted sheet so it'll fit right. Okay. One of the things that you need to get yourself, if you're gonna make pies, get yourself a pair of kitchen scissors. These are small, but my hands are small, so you might want to get yours a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim the edges off. And then I'm going to start on my other part, the top part. That's why these scissors are so handy. You just cut it off. Or if you want to take a sharp knife, if you can hold the pie plate in your hand like a pizza, like this, if you want to do it like this, I just can't do it anymore. I used to. And then you can take a sharp knife, like a knife like this, and you just go around it. Cuts right off. But I prefer, honestly, a pair of kitchen scissors. I think it works pretty nicely. And you want to cut to the rim, because you're going to put that we're going to put our apple pie filling in here, and then we're going to roll that top, and then I'll cut it again and trim it, and then we're going to tuck this in and fold it, and I will show you how to crimp a pie. And there are different ways of doing it, but I like just the regular crimping size. But anyway, there's our pie shell. Look at this beautiful pie crust. Isn't it gorgeous? Man, this apple pie is going to be good. I wish you were here. I'd share it with you.